From big updates on player performances to tactical decisions and transfer rumors, we're covering everything you need to know. These stories are shaping Arsenal's season, and I'm breaking them all down for you. So, grab your coffee, settle in, and let's dive into today's top Arsenal news. The Gunners are set to face Newcastle United in a thrilling two-legged semi-final this January. How do we get here? Well, it all came down to an absolute masterclass by Gabriel Jesus in the quarterfinals. The man was on fire, scoring a hat trick against Crystal Palace to secure a nail-biting 3-2 victory. At the same time, Newcastle toppled Brentford 3-1, setting up this highly anticipated clash. Are you feeling the buzz already? Because I sure am. Now let's talk about what's at stake here. Arsenal need a piece of silverware. It's not just about boosting Arteta's reputation. Though let's be real, that's a big part of it. It's also about easing the boiling frustration among fans who are desperate to see this team lift a trophy. And I'm right there with you. It's been almost 5 years since we last celebrated a major honor, and frankly, that's just not good enough for a club like Arsenal. Remember the 2020 FA Cup final? That iconic 2-1 win against Chelsea at Wembley in Arteta's first season? Yeah, that was the last time we tasted glory. Since then, it's been heartbreak after heartbreak, especially in the past 2 seasons where we threw away the title race in the dying stages. Ouch! It still stings, doesn't it? This season, we're still in the hunt for the Premier League title, but let's be honest, our form hasn't exactly screamed champions. Before our 5-1 thrashing of Crystal Palace last weekend, we'd managed just 3 wins in 8 games. That's not the kind of consistency that wins you leagues, is it? But hey, that's what makes the League Cup such an enticing opportunity. It's within our grasp, and we've got destiny on our side. Let's address the elephant in the room. The League Cup doesn't always get the respect it deserves. Some call it a tin pot trophy, but here's the thing. Arsenal have only won it twice, back in 1987 and 1993. That's over 3 decades ago. Think about it. If you're under 40, you've never seen Arsenal win this competition. Isn't it time we fix that? This is our chance to end the trophy drought and give the younger generation of Arsenal fans something to celebrate. We're just 3 games away from glory. 3 games! Can you imagine the scenes if we lift that trophy at Wembley? The joy, the relief, the pride. It's what being a football fan is all about. Over the last 2 campaigns, Manchester City has been our ultimate nemesis in the title race. They've had everything: experience, ruthless efficiency, and that title-winning know-how that made them so dominant. But this season? Oh boy, it's a completely different story. City's form has been nothing short of horrendous lately. Their recent loss in the Manchester Derby, the one where they completely threw it away, has to sting the most. Picture this. They were leading 1-0 after a solid first half, but then, in the final 2 minutes of stoppage time, they conceded not 1, but 2 goals. Yeah, they couldn't even see out their lead. And that wasn't just a one-off bad day. It was their 8th loss in their last 11 matches. Let that sink in for a moment. 8 losses out of 11. And just when you thought it couldn't get worse, they went and lost away at Villa, making it 9 losses in their last 12 games. So, here we are, watching City completely lose ground in the Premier League and the Champions League races. 1 win out of 12 matches? It's almost unthinkable for the team that's haunted us over the past 2 seasons. And as much as I want to celebrate their downfall, I've got to admit, it just makes me feel even more gutted about where we are as a team. We should have been making the most of this opportunity. City's slump? It's like a gift wrapped up and handed to us on a silver platter. But instead, we're stumbling ourselves. It's hard to swallow, especially when you think back to the heartbreak we endured at their hands. Twice we've come so close to the title, only for them to snatch it away with that relentless, machine-like consistency. And now, when they're finally out of the way, we're faltering too. Painful, isn't it? Here's the kicker. With Man City seemingly out of contention, the title race is wide open. But instead of us stepping up to take it, we're watching newcomers like Arne Slot at Liverpool or Enzo Maresca potentially winning the league before Arteta. How's that for a bitter pill to swallow? So, what does this all mean for us Gunners? Is it bad luck? Poor timing? Or something deeper that needs fixing within the squad? Whatever it is, one thing's for sure. we're missing a golden opportunity. And as much as I hate to say it, it's a reminder of how brutal and unforgiving football can be. But hey, this is Arsenal we're talking about. We bounced back before, and we can do it again. Let's hope this faltering run is just a blip and not a trend. What do you think? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Are we still in this fight, or are we letting it slip away? Let's discuss. Now, we all know January isn't exactly the prime time for marquee signings. Historically, big clubs like Arsenal tend to tread lightly during this period. But let's be real. Some clubs have managed to pull off absolute bargains in the winter window. So, could Arsenal do the same? Let's consider a few recent examples. Aston Villa snagged Morgan Rogers for just £10 million in January 2024. Bournemouth picked up Antoine Semenyo for the same £10 million in January 2023. And Aston Villa again made a smart move, signing Jan Duran for £15 million that same year. These deals got me thinking, why can't Arsenal pull off a similar coup for a lesser-known but impactful player this winter? Imagine grabbing a young talent at a bargain price and watching them thrive in our squad. But here's the catch. If Arsenal were to target any of these players now, their price tags would likely skyrocket to £50 million or more. That's the premium you pay when you're a club of Arsenal stature. And let's face it, Arsenal can't afford to gamble on unproven talent the way clubs like Aston Villa or Bournemouth can. For us, every signing needs to deliver, no exceptions. When Arsenal enters the transfer market, prices tend to inflate. It's just the reality of being a big club. That's why our decision makers need to be laser-focused. If we're going to spend, it has to be on a player who's ready to make an immediate impact. And given where we are right now, challenging for the league title, there's no room for error. We have to splash the cash on a proven, ready-made player. This is where our scouts come into play. They need to identify who's worth breaking the bank for. And let me tell you, of the players we've been linked with, Alexander Isak stands out as a top-tier option. He's Premier League proven, scores goals for fun, and could be exactly what we need to boost our title charge. Sure, you could look at options like Omar Marmish or Victor Gyökeres, but let's be honest. There's no guarantee they'd thrive in the relentless environment of the Premier League. Let's not forget the bigger picture here. Liverpool currently have a 6-point lead over us with a game in hand. Their squad is stacked, and they're not showing any signs of slowing down. Our only option is to fight them tooth and nail for the league title. That means we can't afford to let the January window derail our momentum. Every decision, every signing could be the difference between finishing first or second. Here's the thing, we all know the Gunners are keen to inject quality into their attack.